Hey, good morning, everybody. Will from WC Review. I'm actually doing a second take because I screwed up so bad on the last one. But I did start talking about, I had done a piece on some of the knives that I had trips of, three of, and I called it trips. And I have some other knives, many knives that I have pairs of. And I'll go over just some of them. I don't have enough time to go through all of them because the trips would be included in that as well. And I have some fixed blades, yada, yada, yada. So to get started, it's the Spartan Knives Bill Harsey edition, the Spartan Harsey. This is a fabulous knife. S45VN, full tie. Just a great, it's about 9 inches. Just a great user, great EDC knife. The action on these is fantastic. I did a nice trade. I traded an XM18 for this, and I'm happier with it. The XM18, I love Hinderer, love, but it was too small for me, and I wasn't using it. This I used, so I felt that that was a good trade. So thank you, Mike West. He's a good guy. If you want to check him out on Facebook, he does a lot of trading and selling. So that's this Spartan Harsey. No graphics, less is more is applied here. I believe that to be true in a lot of cases, this being one of them. So the next one is the Spartan Harsey Longboat Edition, also S45VN. Same everything else. A beautiful knife. I carry both. I was just describing the only flaw is the tiniest bit of rock. I doubt you could see it, but it's like tick, 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 just a little back and forth. When it's locked home, solid as a rock, no wiggle, no nothing. So it's really not a big deal, and it's in both knives, so it might be part of the manufacture process. I don't know. But great knives, Spartan Harsey. This is where I lost it and had to reset. Hardcore is this knife, and I have two of these as well. And this is a subsidiary of Half Breed Knives. I think I've showed these in the past, but just a point, I believe that's close to 1/4 inch. It's .21 blade stock. It's an S30V, a great knife. These don't get the carry time that they should. I've got this one, and I've got the Tonto, so I will share that one with you as well. And again, I do these videos sometimes because it inspires me to carry the knives more when I handle them and am reminded of how awesome they are. These are great knives. There are two more knives. There's a recurve in a drop point, and there is a Wharncliffe. And that rounds out the set of 4 knives that are just like this. I like them very much. I recommend them if you happen to like Half Breed. These are knives that need no introduction. My XM24. This one I got from Satu Dave on a trade. It's got a BMG regrind in it. This knife is pretty special for several reasons. I wound up putting some copper hardware on it. I like it. The blade, having been reground, behaves differently than a stock blade. It's lighter. It's flippier. I did switch the bearings to PB washers. I like it better. I'm definitely a bigger fan of phosphor bronze than I am bull bearings. But this is my one XM24. And then I liked that one so much that I was able on Wild About Sporting Goods to find, I got lucky, I guess, sometimes in this game it's right place, right time. I happened to see this Sponto with the working, the working finish, and the Stonewash blade. And this is pure stock, and I happen to love it. I do intend to replace this scale one day, but hey, the biggest thing with these, and even Spyderco sometimes, get the knife, and then you can mod it later. These are hard to come by. Everybody who knows Hinderer knows that. I mean, it's good to be Rick Hinderer, that's for sure, because everything you make sells out immediately. And I wish you would get to making some more of these, because I would love to get another 24. That said, here's another knife that I really like that doesn't get enough carry time. The SOG Seal, the SOG Seal, Standard Observations Group. Just a great knife. It's literally jimped from head to toe. There's not one area on this knife other than the cutting part of the blade that isn't jimped. Some people don't like that. I happen to dig it. S35VN. This one's got the black Cerakote on it. It's a USA-made knife, about in the 9-inch range. It's got the, I forget what it's called, the axle lock. Everyone has their own special name for it, but it's okay. I prefer a standard frame lock, simple, no button locks, no automatics, but great knife, very sturdy, very well made, and I happen to love it. Now I've got its brother in Stonewash, and here it is. SOG steel, just a great knife. Really, really dig it. And both open and close. You've got several ways of deploying it. I am not a flicker on these, but it can be done. This is the OD green handle as well. It's some kind of anniversary model or something, but the green handle is not standard issue as it turns out. I guess the last one I'm going to go through today is pretty uninteresting to a lot of people, but I happen to love it. It's what got me started in knives. This is an artisan cutlery. It's called the Classic, and it's got those sexy stiletto lines to it. This is a D2 knife, but this is like a stabber cutter. This is not a working knife, in my opinion. This is a fighting knife, but I just love the lines. I always loved it. I still do. This is a really, really nice knife. This is about as standard as you get, though. This is the budget version of this knife. So then I liked it so much that I did see a stainless steel Damascus version that had the blue liners and all the goodies. If you could see, if the light catches it, the bolsters are also Damascus, but you could see clearly on the blade that is Damascus. And again, D2, but just a fun knife. It gets very little carry time, but I wouldn't lose these only because they were part of my original collection. And I don't have I just sent my other Direware out. I had a Hyper 90 and a Solo. I've got the Solo right here. I'll share it with you quickly. But I just lent out the Hyper 90 to my buddy Aaron, who's kind enough, he's going to sharpen it for me as well. And I think as soon as I get that one back, I'll send him this one, because these knives, I love them, I carry them, but they are not very sharp. They do need a new edge. But anyone who's not familiar with Direware knives, check them out. They're overbuilt. They are a little bit weighty, but listen, they are unbelievable. On the secondary, you can get them. You can also go to Eric, who will make you one if you're willing to wait a year. And listen, when I first heard that, I was shocked because, listen, a lot can change in a year, right? I was worried that I wouldn't even be into the knife anymore after a year, but not the case. It's been more than a year since I've wanted one, and I still want one. So don't let that deter you. Direware is an unbelievable knife, and this is just a very basic version of what he can do. But this is a Solo, and that really shouldn't even be in the video because the video was about pairs. So that's it for now. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys soon.